Welcome to Spotlight 814, Erie's local theater podcast. I am your host, Ryan Dolly, and I am here in the studio with Brenna Thumler.
That's a me.
That's a you, Mario.
Hi, people.
What's up, Brenna?
I am so excited to be here talking about all things theater, actors, playwrights,
yes,
artists, performers, musicians, etc.
etc. in the Erie area. Not just Erie, but the Erie area.
Yeah, all the way down to Meadville and possibly beyond.
The showcase section in the Erie Times, you know, they kind of let us down a little bit in the theater community. And they stopped doing reviews, and they stopped, like, showcasing all of these shows, like the Showcase is supposed to do.
Right.
And that was a while ago. And ever since Sue Harrington retired, we haven't really had anybody doing that. So that's what we're doing here at Spotlight 814. We're going to review shows. We're going to talk about the shows. We're going to have guests on, talk about the shows. Talk about the shows.
We're basically stepping in so that no one's failing you anymore.
Yeah. Theater people, like ourselves, like to have our egos stroked.
Yes, we do.
And that's what we're here for. We're here to stroke some egos.
Including our own.
Yes. So, yeah, I like it. I think it's gonna be good for the theater community, and we need to just, make the theater community a community again.
Right. Bring us together. Boost ourselves.
Yeah. Get
excited about what's going on in the area.
And that's what we're here for. So, we saw a couple shows. A few.
Yeah.
Four
in the past week or two.
In the past week and a half. So we've reviewed 3.
And one is on the way.
So the first one we talked about was Next to Normal at Gannon Schuster Theater.
Yeah.
And I believe it's over now.
It is. Yeah, it ended. But let's talk about it and get people interested in what they're doing over there at Gannon in the Schuster Theater.
Hell yeah. All right, so Molly Cook was the director.
Yes.
And, I've been away from Gannon for a long time. I graduated from the Schuster Theater.
And I've never been there, so.
Gannon program. I graduated from that, 2007. So that was probably the last time I did a show there. So that was my first time stepping into that theater since 2007. And so I don't really know people there anymore. And Molly was great. Great director. Next to Normal is not an easy show, especially at the college level.
Right.
So she nailed it. Yeah, Diana, she was played by a freshman.
I know, and she was incredible. I feel like, when you're playing a role like that, and so much of it is interior thoughts that you're kind of communicating to the audience, and it's so important to properly communicate what is going on inside of a mentally ill person's head with respect and truth.
Yes. And Anna Skinner, the freshman at Gannon, did exactly that. Great job. I said it in the review, Skinner crafts the quite literally insane complexity of Diana perfectly. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it did in my head when I wrote it.
Well, I did a little research on this, and Brian Yorkie, who created this, he was actually in a class with Tom Kitt, the musician behind this musical, and this began as a 10-minute play in this musical workshop, and it was actually because Brian Yorkie saw a television program on electroconvulsion therapy and realized, this is still happening today. And he realized that, based on statistics, it's mostly women who are being diagnosed and treated this way, and it's mostly male doctors who are forcing this treatment upon them. So,
in today's society, that does not surprise me at all. Yeah. Not even a little bit.
And he was like, "This should be a musical."
It makes sense. I saw this show twice in New York, and I loved it. I saw the original cast, and then I saw, the backup cast after that. And then I saw it in Korea, in Seoul, and it was staged exactly the same, but everything was in Korean. And it was awesome.
And you said that the screen behind them was not in any of these versions.
Right.
So
right.
the entire show, there's this screen in the background that is playing sort of home-style home videos. I loved that. I feel like it contributed to a more complex family dynamic. It showed, like, it was really contrasting the chaos that was ensuing on stage with this very low-key, sweet family backstory.
Yeah, I liked it. Let's see, Curtis Jones III played Dan. Incredible voice.
I know.
That dude can sing.
And he really captured that, like, trying to be optimistic when your wife is having a mental breakdown. Like,
yeah.
So great.
Not easy to do. And he nailed it. Great performance from him. Stella. I'm not even going to try to say her last name.
I think it's probably Przyblinski or Przyblinski.
Sure. That works. Stella was incredible as Natalie, angsty teenage daughter of Dan and Diana.
You know, I remember we were having a conversation about, like, how to describe her voice, and I was thinking it was very conversational.
Yeah, which is perfect for that part.
Yeah. It's like nothing feels forced.
Right.
It's like she's just telling her story as an angsty teen.
Yeah. Let's see, Anthony Nunez played Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we didn't talk about him much in the review, just out of time, but he was great.
Yeah.
He was a great Gabe.
He was just the sweet younger brother or older brother? I guess older.
Yeah.
Irrelevant. He was a sweet brother.
He's a brother. He killed it. I mean, it's not an easy role to sing.
The whole cast was perfectly, in their roles.
Yeah.
And great show.
Excellent.
Heartbreaking show.
So if you missed it, sucks to be you.
Yeah.
It's over.
Go back in time.
Go back in time.
Correct yourself.
Get in your little timing machine and go back and see it. Great show again, and we look forward to seeing what's up there next.
Yeah, do you know how often Gannon puts on shows? Well, this probably be the last of the year, I'm sure. They're probably wrapping up classes.
Yeah, they don't really announce their season. That's the thing. It's like hey, this is what's next.
Right.
This is what's next.
Well, you can follow them online, find out what's happening in future years.
That's right. They're Gannon University Schuster Theater on Facebook, and you can keep up with them right there. Oh, what do you have? You just gave me a hold up.
I'm holding up because I was going to rustle some paper, and I didn't want it to be loud.
I'll just rustle away. I don't give a shit. Okay.
Sound of Music.
Ooh, my favorite show in the world.
So much to say. I really did a deep dive on Sound of Music, and like after watching this so many times in my life, I'm realizing I'm not a big fan of Sound of Music either. Yeah. But it's still it's a wonderful family show. It brings, like I said in my review, it brings families together. It's the purpose of it.
So the Sound of Music we're talking about is at the Academy Theater in Meadville.
Mm-hmm. Which is still running now.
Still running, yep. And that goes until next week, I think?
Yeah, May 7th.
Yep, so next week is the last week to see it. Sean Clarkin is the director. Mm-hmm. And go ahead. What do you have to say about this?
Okay, let me start off by saying that many people probably don't realize that this is based on a true story. And it's based specifically on the memoir of Maria Augusta von Trapp, who... in her memoir, talks about her own experience, which is there are some similarities between that and the play, but there are many differences. So I thought I would share some of the inconsistencies very fast.
Do tell.
So I already mentioned this in the review if you read it, but they did not climb over a mountain at the end of the musical on foot.
That's
carrying their instruments.
Such a damn lie.
With a 5-year-old.
I think they did.
And
how do we know? How do we know that? Because the show just ends abruptly after singing about climbing that mountain.
That's true. They could have started, then turned around and been like, "This is way too difficult.
Let's
do something else." But yeah. So what they did was they actually had a singing gig in America, and they were like, I guess Georg had Italian citizenship, so. He was like, let me talk to this Italian agent and get us fare to America. And they told everybody, hey, we're going to America. See ya. And they left by a train. So that's how that happened.
I like to think they climbed the mountain.
If they would have climbed the mountain,
Tell me where they would have ended up.
they would have ended up in Berchtesgaden, which is Hitler's summer home.
Oh, good.
So,
But it wasn't summer, was it?
it.
What time of year was that?
What time of year is this in Sound of Music? I don't even know. The hills are alive. What season are the hills alive?
Spring?
That's what I'm assuming.
Maybe it's before Hitler gets to his summer home?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, this takes place over many, many weeks.
Right.
She's there a while.
It's going to take a while to climb over that mountain.
I mean, like, they don't just get married after a day, right?
In this show, they do.
Although, so in reality, Maria was not in love with Georg, but she loved the children. And then Georg proposed, and the nuns are like, do God's will. And she's like, okay, I guess I'm going to marry this man now. And she ended up falling in love with him, I guess, later on. But she even said in the memoir, really, I'm marrying the children. So.
Well, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You should.
Bad advice right there.
Like, in so many ways. Just don't marry children.
Yeah, those are the big things. She came to the family because one of the kids was suffering with scarlet fever, and she came to be this child's tutor. That's why she came to them. But and they were already musically inclined. She did not bring music into the house, but she did teach them to sing madrigals, which are part songs without accompaniment. So that was her big thing. Oh, also.
Oh.
Georg was a wonderful and doting father, and Maria was the harsh one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have guessed it from all those many, many times I've seen The Sound of Music.
Yeah, they really took that in a different direction. So.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, but
You know, if they climbed over that mountain and Hitler wasn't there at his summer home, what would they have done?
Maybe just crash the summer home, like a Parasite situation.
Yeah.
Like, just, like, move in and...
Like, look at this, I got a pool.
Look at all this fancy china.
Yeah. And then Hitler comes in over the summer and he's like, what the hell?
Where's all my stuff?
Why is this family band living here?
He was off doing terrible things in Germany.
He was doing really awful things, yeah.
So, they would have been just fine.
Yeah, it wasn't really a vacation time. At that time.
So let's talk about the performers. I'm going to just go ahead and jump right in and give a massive shout out to Grace Worley.
Gracie.
Because she stole the show. If you have not yet seen it and you're like, Sound of Music, this is just going to be the same thing I've seen many times already, it is not.
It's not.
Because as I was talking to my vocal teacher, Ashley, she was like, I go to the audience, I'm sitting there, I'm like, here it comes 16 going on 17, the misogynistic song that no one can stand. And then Grace stomps her way in and is like, I'm not taking demands from any man.
Yeah.
He's going to listen to what I want.
Yeah.
It's great. Amazing.
She was incredible. She was great.
She basically mocked the song.
Which is great. I think that's how it should be done now.
Yeah, she killed it. The one who played Elsa. Leah Hillgrove.
Yeah, Leah was great. I've done a few shows with her back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the Academy. She came in from Pittsburgh to do the show.
Yeah, if you haven't read the review yet, she made Elsa sort of likable, in my opinion. And that's not typically done. Elsa's that other woman who is just standing in the way of the true love and needs to be kicked to the curb. But she was still a wonderfully lovable human and just wasn't the right person for Georg. And that's a great way to... Yeah, it's okay.
And that's okay.
An amazing singer voice.
Yes. Oh, the GIF came up. Men's rights is nothing. You're ridiculous.
Accurate.
Yep.
Thank you, Leslie Knope.
Nope. What else did you have to say about the show? Because this is still going on for another week, so we wanna pack the seats out there.
Yeah. Let me hear paper rustle here. I mean, like I said, it's a family show, and there are so many families within it. So the Kress family, like, they're all there.
All of them.
It's like they all showed up.
The Von Trapp family band is like the Kress family.
Yeah. And the youngest, Natalie Kress, plays Gretel, and I don't want to demean her in any way, but calling her adorable, but she commands that stage as such a young performer, and did an excellent job.
I mean, she's what, like 5?
Oh yeah.
She was great.
I can't imagine doing that at 5 years old.
No.
I can't imagine functioning on a stage at 5 years old.
I don't think I functioned as a human at 5 years old.
I'm still not functioning as a human.
I'm not either. I'm 38 now, and that hasn't gone away.
So great job, Natalie. We loved it.
Yeah, you're doing better than I am. But yeah, if anything, go see it for her, because I know you don't want to say it, but she's so adorable. Yeah. She really is. Yeah.
And then basically, I mean, The Sound of Music is just one of those sort of feel good and a little bit slow and drab at times, but like I said, it's based on a true story, and it's during Nazi Germany. So it sort of captures that time. There have been a lot of complaints about the show and the movie itself that say it's out of the period, it's not historically accurate and fair, but it does sort of transport you to a different time, and I like musicals like that.
Yeah. It's not as like in your face about it as Cabaret was.
Right.
That was an experience. That was just full blown Nazi.
Naziville.
Yeah, Naziville.
Okay.
Oof, that's a bad musical. Cabaret was great. We had a lot of fun doing that.
We did. So that's where we met. We met in Cabaret.
The Academy Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys are looking for another place to do some theater that's not too far away from Erie, the Academy is amazing. Linda Kemp Linda's Julia Kemp, Linda's daughter, is killing it over there.
She's the artistic director at the Academy, and we love her to death.
We do.
She's one of my favorite people.
She is outstanding, and you should always go work with her.
She does everything. If someone fails to do what they're supposed to do, which is the case most of the time,
it's every day.
Julia steps in, is like, "It's fine. I got it. I got this." And she always has it.
Yeah. Okay. David Durst sent me this, and I have questions. David, we need to meet up for coffee or something sometime soon. He's got a project going on, and he's doing the Pizza Bomber play. Now, you guys remember in, 2003, I want to say? Yeah, August 28th, 2003, the Pizza Bomber murders. You weren't here for that. You were in Meadville, but it was still close enough.
Yeah, I was in Meadville.
It was still close enough.
Also, I probably wasn't paying attention as much as I am now to local bombings.
Well, it's not like they were happening every day. This one is relevant because it made national news, and there is a Netflix series about it. And you need to watch that. You still haven't seen Evil Genius.
I've not.
Yeah, my friend Ron Morgan, he is the cop that showed up on the scene, and they interview him in the movie. So there's got to be a part for him in the show, right?
In this film thing they're doing.
In the play, yeah. So right now they're looking for, let's see, not just Bill Rothstein. I think he's already cast, maybe. So they're looking for Richard Thompson, Robert Armbruster, James Hogan, Ben Barnes, Alan Welters, Brian Wells. Okay, so they changed the names up. So it's Brian Wells, Ken Barnes, James Roden, Richard Armstrong. That makes more sense. I was like, who are these people?
I still don't know these people.
Oh, yeah, you need to watch it. I'm really interested in what's going on here with this play.
So there's no word about open auditions or anything like that?
Nope, they're just looking for specific roles right now. You can hit up David Durst. If you guys are in the area, you probably know who David is. So hit him up if you're interested in being in the Pizza Bomber play.
It seems like they're all male roles, right?
Right now, yeah. They're all male roles right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. Another opportunity. Oh, and speaking of opportunities, going back to the Academy, Rent auditions are coming up.
Next month.
Yes,
May
21st at 2 p.m. at the Academy in the upstairs gallery.
Yep. And I will be there. I'll be auditioning.
And I will not, and I'm really sad about that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here this summer.
Boo.
Boo.
We might have to do this remote while you're gone, and I'll just have to tell you about all the plays that you're missing.
Please, yeah, just catch me up. Like, I'd love that.
And you'll have to tell me about all the plays you're seeing in the West End.
Yeah, so just brief update here. I'm going to be in the UK for a grad program, and the class I'm taking is going to be seeing plays and talking about them in class. So
That is such
No,
it is. That's bull. I want that.
Well, too bad. It's mine. So yeah, I'm going to see like a lot of Shakespeare, and we're going to see Cabaret, which is awesome. I'm finally going to get to watch it, and Guys and Dolls, and a few others. So yeah, I can review UK shows and
West End shows in Erie,
and tell you guys why to go see those.
For all those people in Erie who leave Erie.
Wanna finish up with our final show that we saw?
Well, not the final one.
Well, the final one we're mostly talking about right now.
We'll discuss the final one before the review comes up. But we are going to talk about Dramashop's One Act Festival, and it is completely sold out. So if you missed it,
I think there's. Oh wait, yeah, it is.
It's sold out.
Yeah.
Tonight is the last night.
Oh yeah, I forgot this is Saturday.
It's Saturday, baby, and it's sold out tonight. And
yeah, thank you, Erie.
So great job to everybody involved. I mean, there's 17 actors, 5 directors, and 4 playwrights, including yourself.
I am one of the playwrights.
Talk about your show.
My show
Your
is called Single Bookstore, and it's sort of this surreal comedy dramedy about a woman, Jenny Fish, who stumbles across a small bookstore with a single book in it, run by Brenda. And this...
I love Brenda.
Brenda, Amanda, fantastic. Anyway.
Outstanding.
So this book is written by her current boyfriend, or so the audience and the people believe. It's more of like I said, surreal book. But she enters the world of this book and sort of uncovers the truth of the relationship, because it's sort of this biographical excerpt that Liam wrote about her, and so she's diving into the truth of the toxicity of the relationship, and it's a catharsis for her, and she learns how to be better to herself and focus on the positive things in her life. So
good.
Yeah,
I think we can all relate to that.
We certainly can. This was not difficult to, drudge up from my life.
No?
No, I'm not diving into the imagination here.
I probably would have written the same exact story, just in a different way.
I think we all have a Liam in our life.
Yeah, we all have a emotionally abusive person in our lives, and we should not.
Yeah.
So
be like Jenny Fish. Get out of that.
Yeah. So let's talk about the show. What did you think seeing it for the first time on stage? Like, how did that feel as a playwright?
Yeah, so many people have asked me this, and unbelievable. I mean, this is the first time I've written a play, and so obviously the first time I've seen my work being performed, and I was nervous, not because I thought they were going to do a bad job. I was nervous for other people to see and respond to my work, and it was amazing. It was weird because, of course, when you're writing something, you have a clear vision of how you would put it on the stage. Mm-hmm. And obviously, it's never going to be done that way. And so Anna McJunkin and Alicia Oliver, who were the co-directors, did an incredible job. They did it so much justice. And obviously, their interpretations were very different. And some of them far better than what I ever would have come up with. And then some of them were like, I definitely wouldn't have done it that way, but that's great. That's the way they interpreted it. And as a whole, it was wonderful. Great. Wonderful to see.
And, when we were sitting in on the auditions, two people really caught your eye
Yeah.
when they were auditioning for the roles of Jenny and
Her best friend, Nadine.
Best friend Nadine, that's right. And go ahead and talk about that.
Yes, so I was sitting there and I was like, fingers crossed, please, 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 let these two be cast. And then they were. Molly Parks and Raina Hardin had this perfect friendship dynamic. And I think that they didn't really know each other before they auditioned,
It
which
feels
is
like
incredible.
they've known each other forever.
Yeah.
Like, if you're watching in the audience, it's like, wow, they're best friends.
When the cast list was announced, I cried.
Yeah, I was there. I know you did. Yeah, Molly was great. Raina, hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious. Luke, who played Liam.
He played the perfect toxic boyfriend. And I just shout out to Luke, who is not anything like that in real life.
Yeah,
which...
no. Like, I don't know Luke, but, like, the character, as the show was going on, his face got more and more punchable. I'm not going to punch you, Luke, I promise. I'm not like that. Like, we're not going to throw fists.
You're just a good actor.
Yeah, no, you just killed it, and it was great. And it's a compliment.
Take it.
Take this punch in the face.
Run with it.
Take this punch in the face as a compliment, you son of a. Amanda Hill.
Who was Brenda, the crazy bookstore owner.
Oh, we love her.
Which I'll say too. In my mind, I was envisioning an entirely different Brenda.
Yeah.
And now I see her portraying her that way, and I'm just like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Now it's hard to see Brenda in a different way.
I loved it. So much character acting. You know, it was great.
And it was kind of a difficult thing to stage, quite honestly, because it's very abstract and crazy things are happening. She's like in this fantasy world and sort of entering it through her reading, and the way they made this come to life in a physical sense.
Well, with the props and everything, like the cutout props.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was perfect. Like the big Starbucks cup. And, like, I loved it. Yeah, Kaylee Maloney as April. Gianna Natalie as Keela.
Mm.
Ashley Meyer, Kenna Stevens.
Yeah, who were the ensemble. And, like, my gosh, props to them, too. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
A lot of times the ensemble gets a little, put in the shadows.
Yeah.
But they are so needed, especially for a show like that.
Mm-hmm.
They all did amazing.
Yeah.
But my show was not the only show there. There were 3 other local playwrights who wrote one act for this festival. And why don't you take over a bit and talk about the other shows?
I'm going to talk about Long Lost by Matthew Craze. We just saw Matthew last night when we were walking from PACA.
Yeah, passed by, said hey.
Yeah, he's like, hey guys. Yeah. And we're like, oh, hey man. And then that was it.
And that was a great story.
Yeah. So shout out to Matthew Craze.
For walking down the street. You did a great stroll there.
Great strut there, buddy.
I was just thinking, like, it's wonderful to... I moved to Erie recently. It's so cool to all of a sudden be running into people you know on the street.
Right.
I feel like I'm within a community, and it's so nice that it's the theater community.
Yeah. I haven't been a part of a community like this since I lived in Hong Kong, really. Like, I had my theater community there, and that was like 2015 was the last time I did a show. And then I moved back here, and I was terrified to do a show. And then I did cabaret, and now that's all I want to do. So being back in Erie has been great for me, just getting back into theater. And, like last night, we saw all these people. They're like, hey,
yeah,
what's up?
Everybody knows you. How are you so well known? You haven't even been here for a long time.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's been some time.
I guess people are still here.
People remember me from Bad Boy. It's just a thing.
I am so bummed I missed that.
It's never gonna go away. Like, I have people like, I bet your passwords are all Bad Boy, and I'm like, no.
But would you tell them if they were?
Yeah, probably. Be like, you're right. It's Bat Boy 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now go read all of my emails.
All of my junk mail from H&M. Yeah.
So Long Lost.
Long Lost by Matthew Craze. It was great. Matt Fuchs directed it. Matt Fuchs, also in Bat Boy.
Oh, yeah?
The second time we did it, he was Dr. Parker. So he played my old man. He was awesome. We had a good time with that show.
Great job, Matt. I didn't see it, but great job.
So it was awesome to see Matt after so long. And, Craze wrote this show, 10 years ago when he was at Gannon?
Yes, it at least started then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was in Father Sean Clerkin's class.
Yeah.
So we've already talked about Sean.
Another very personal play.
It is.
And that's I think 3 of them were very, very close to the playwrights. The hot dog one, maybe not so much, but there were still elements of, local stories and
yeah. I had, we'll get to that. Yeah. We'll get to that. So Long Lost follows 2 brothers, Al and Joey, go out on a journey to find a little bit more about their family after their father gets in a serious car accident. Mm-hmm. The show also touches on, addiction and the effects that it can have on a family.
Right.
And, my God, Jassy Camacho Vera, Chris Peterson, you guys were awesome. Yeah. Perfectly cast for these roles.
I mean, I'll say every single person in the entire festival was perfectly cast, but Jassy wins my Actor of the Show award.
I even said it in the review. I was like, it was just brilliant.
He was able to flip so quickly between, jokey and sincere brother to heartfelt performance. It was amazing.
And he said so many times, and I enjoyed that.
I bet you did.
It's my sense of humor, man. You know me. You know me.
I do.
So I enjoyed that one. Belly laughs, tears.
All the emotions.
Belly laughs from tears, or tears from belly laughs.
I love how much I'm crying right now.
I love how much I'm crying right now. I've just... And Greg Hill as Dr. Mike. Char Newport came out as Aunt Liz. Great moments in their limited stage time. Mm-hmm. And the show in general it was great.
Yeah, so each show was around half an hour, maybe give or take a few minutes. And so they really fit a lot into each one, full rounded stories.
And I work with Chris, so I told him how I feel already. He knows.
Chris Peterson?
Yeah.
You work with him?
Yeah. So he knows how I feel about him. I love you, dude. That was an awesome performance. And I'll probably see you on Tuesday. The next show is Would You? How My Roommate Turned Into a Hot Dog.
By Howard Lang.
Howard. So, yeah, I mean, this show is about questions. It's about questioning everything.
I was thinking, for me, it was almost about not so much questions, but a lack of answers. It's kind of okay to not know. Yeah. And that's sort of the entire show is what is happening? But then the second time, I've seen it twice already. It starts coming together as a more cohesive thing, and you understand this deep relationship between the roommates and how similar they are. Yeah. Because they both sort of have this hyper focus on their own problems. Right. And are not listening to the other one. Mm-hmm. And it's great storytelling. It's it's this wacky, absurd sort of storytelling, and I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of comes from that question, would you still love me if I was a worm? Yeah. And it's just one of those questions, what? And that question has ruined so many relationships. Right. What an odd question to ruin a relationship.
Yeah, you're really taking risks there. Do you want to ask this question?
I don't know, you're a worm. You're a worm.
But then, how big of a worm? Like human-sized worm? Or an actual realistic worm?
I'm picturing, the old Sega Genesis game, Earthworm Jim.
I'm not familiar. It seems very niche.
Earthworm Jim was awesome.
Earthworm Jim?
Yeah.
Do the worms work out?
No.
Do they worm out?
His name is Jim.
Oh, I thought you meant like an athletic center.
No. I'm looking it up now. Earthworm Jim. That was the second thing.
Is it? So it's a game.
Yeah. So it's a comic book series, I think.
What all can a worm possibly do?
Look at this guy.
What?
Yeah.
That's so far removed from worm.
Would you love me if I was Earthworm Jim? Say the right thing.
Absolutely.
He's got a ray gun.
He's so bodybuilder.
Yeah, he's got a ray gun.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
And just his head is a worm. He's not a full-blown worm.
Well, yeah, he is. Look at his boxer shorts.
What? What does that have anything to do with worm?
I don't know.
Do you frequently see worms in boxers? Is that a thing that you see outside your window?
Yeah, at work. I sit there and I look at the trees and the turkey and
the boxer worms.
And Earthworm Jim is out there.
Howard, this is the conversation that you've led us to.
This is what.
But see, that's the thing, though. Like, that kind of work makes you think weird things.
Think weird thoughts.
Go on to tangents.
Think weird thoughts. That's how we roll here. The next show, Take My Hand by Margot Wolf. That was directed by Lisa
I think it's Simonian.
Simonian?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Lisa. Again, like I've been gone for so long, I don't really know people.
I know that she is the vice president of the board at Dramashop.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
According to the website.
Yeah. And the show is about the relationship built between a death doula and death itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you guys, but I had no idea what a death doula was, so I had to Google it.
Oh, I know so many things about death. I was aware of the death doula.
Yeah. Like, I don't really plan on having somebody to guide me over that step.
I just don't think it's gonna do much. I'm like,
right.
I'm headed there. There's not much you can say that's going to change that.
Yeah.
But some people, that's comforting.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm glad that they exist. And actually, so the playwright herself is a death doula, or at least one in training.
Yeah, she trained.
She trained already.
I believe so. But yeah, really interesting stuff. I didn't know there was just like so much thought that goes into death.
Right, and that's the whole piece is very intrinsic in that way. It's just they just discuss death and what it means, and it's the most what's the word I'm looking for? Pensive of the shows. Yeah, the four.
Carrie Lee Hinkson gave an emotional performance as Fran. She's the death doula who wonders what it's like on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what am I guiding people to? You know, what does it look like over there?
And death is like, I don't know, man.
I don't know, dude. I can't tell you.
Oh.
That's my only complaint about the show. I'm just gonna say, it did get a little repetitive, just a tad bit, and it was just, you know, what was it? What was the line? I don't know because I can't tell you. I can't tell you because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was repeated a lot, but that was my only complaint.
The four shows were just all, their own entity.
Yeah,
and it was a great collection.
Kate Newbert-Lechner was great as Death.
Oh yeah.
Like, when I die, I want to see Kate Newbert-Lechner's face.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
I'm so excited to die now. Thank you, Kate.
That's the first thing I want to see. Just Kate, like, hey, Ryan, what's up? You made it.
We can only hope. We can only be so lucky.
You made it. Welcome to death. That's me.
Happy to be here.
Kate, we love you. Yeah, and that was the One Act Festival at Dramashop.
Yeah.
So congrats to everybody involved. Sold out shows.
It's so amazing that Dramashop is doing this, like allowing local playwrights to create shows for the community.
Yeah, and just having these shows go up. Like, when Matthew wrote his show 10 years ago, he had no anticipation of this show going on stage, ever. And now here it is.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So we love that for Erie. And next year, when was the
Oh yes,
timeline?
I have my history right here. So
history
my
with
history
Brenna.
lesson. Yeah. So the first original festival of sorts was the Blue Bowl monologues, which happened in 2020.
Okay.
So maybe a pandemic creation. And it featured 13 actors and 11 local playwrights, and it was, just monologues.
Yeah.
And then in 2022, there was the Dramashop Shorts Festival, and that was 8 short plays. And so this year, they moved on to the one acts. I think shorts, they said, were about 10 minutes long.
Okay.
So we're wondering if next year...
Full-blown...
full-blown
productions.
Yeah, so it's really amazing that Dramashop is doing this for the community.
Yeah, no, I support it. It gives a lot of people opportunities, and
let me just shout out really quickly Anna McJunkin, who is the artistic director at Dramashop.
Mm-hmm.
A complete volunteer opportunity for her, and she does so much work, and incredible human being.
Yes. And before we take a break, speaking of Dramashop, Zach Flock, who was the artistic director of Dramashop before,
started it in 2011.
2011 started Dramashop over there, and he moved to Pittsburgh. He's coming back to be the artistic director, or what's the
executive
director of the Erie Playhouse.
We're reeling him back in.
Reeling him back in. Come on back, fishy. I don't know. Sorry, Zach, you're not a fish. But welcome back, Zach Flock, and look forward to seeing what you do at the Playhouse. But yeah, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back and talk about some stuff.
Some darker stuff. We're gonna get angry.
We are. We came across an article, and we're gonna shout about it. We're gonna shout about it from the rooftops. Yeah. This might not even make this show. We're gonna be on the roof with no microphones, just screaming.
We're gonna see if we can pick it up from the roof.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back.
See ya.
We are back.
Here we are.
Spotlight 814.
That's us.
Episode 1.
Number 1.
1. Yeah, so we are about to rage here in a minute. But before we do...
let's talk about more death things.
We did see another show last night, and we went to PACA. Thanks for having us out there and to see the show. It was lovely. We do have a review coming up on our website very soon. Brenna will be writing that.
Yes.
And if you guys get a chance, before the review comes up, we just want to say, go see the show.
It was hilarious.
So funny.
There were some people in the audience, I'm pretty sure, who just did not stop laughing the entire time.
Right.
They're probably not talking today.
Yeah. They don't have a voice.
Right.
They cried from laughing. They laughed from crying. That's my new thing now.
It was cyclical.
Yeah, laughing or crying so hard that you laugh. I like that.
I honestly do that sometimes.
I do it all the time, actually. It's kind of my thing. Yeah, so check that show out. We loved it. I don't have the cast list in front of me right now, but
we'll talk more about that.
Yeah, that'll be next week. We will be discussing our review on that.
Yes.
And we might have a little guest next week. We'll see. But right now...
let us rage.
Oh, my God. Brenna.
Ryan.
Okay, Houston, f***ing Texas.
Right there. I mean, Texas, but okay. You already know it's bad.
Spring Branch ISD field trip to play canceled due to age appropriateness of the performance.
Oh, explain.
That was not the reason. Okay, the school had field trip planned to go see James and the Giant Peach.
Which is targeted towards first graders. That is the age range.
We all know James and the Giant Peach.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing in that show.
I love James and the Giant Peach.
There's nothing in that show that could be possibly offensive, right?
No, that is absolutely correct.
Wrong!
Until Houston steps in.
Wrong, America. Okay.
So essentially, the parents, I guess, at the school were complaining that because some students were playing both female and male roles.
It wasn't even students. It was the actors.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actors in the play were playing both female and male roles, that it was drag.
All right. Yeah. So this is Main Street Theater in Houston. And this just pisses me off so much. This is where this country is at right now. And everything is so offensive. And
they're insects. They are bugs.
Yes.
Like, do you not understand the concept of Halloween and trick or treat? Like, this is cautioning. You're playing a fictional character that is not even human. And actually, the parents who spoke up said they were not concerned. They were like, I don't understand why this is such a big deal. But the parents who were complaining chose not to comment.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
So one parent said a parent shared her concern about the actors playing multiple roles that were both male and female, saying it's drag. Thomas said it's not drag, and if it were, it shouldn't be a big deal. Drag is not a big deal. It's theater. It's art.
And this is how theater has been done since the beginning of theater.
Of mankind. Like,
Shakespeare.
Before Billy Shakes was a thing.
Yeah.
People were, like, men were dressing up as women to entertain you.
Look at the togas.
If you've ever been to a toga party, you do not get to complain about this. My face is, like, hot. I'm hot. Flames.
On the side
Flames
of,
on the side of my face. This fires me up so much. First of all, drag is its own art form.
Right.
It is a completely different art form. And it's equally respected in my mind.
And mine too.
And this is not drag. And even if it was...
This is theater. This is exactly what theater is.
Yeah. How many times have you seen a male play a female or the opposite
vice versa?
In a show since you've been doing shows?
Constantly.
Yeah. It's like at least once every performance.
So I did some research. Brenna's coming to the forefront here.
Brenna does her research.
Let me first say, one of the characters is Ladybug, right?
Yeah.
Ladybug. Lady. There are both male and female ladybugs. And they look almost identical, except that the female ladybug is slightly larger and has a darker pigmentation. But they look the same.
Bet you didn't know that, Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah. But my deeper dive was on something called gynandromorphs.
Do tell.
Which basically means a dual-sex organism. So, a man named James Adams, in 2004, I believe, found a tiger swallowtail in Georgia. The place is irrelevant. They're everywhere. But basically this butterfly, one side of its wings were colored like a male's, and the other the female.
Okay.
And looking more into this, they found that this is not exclusive to butterflies. It's been found in lobsters, spiders, crabs, and bees. I believe that was just to name a few. Okay,
so if you're a Republican, you don't get to like anything.
Which they already don't.
Right. But we don't want to hear about it. Ever. All right? Because you hate lobsters and bees and things that make us live on this planet. And
you can stop going to Red Lobster right now.
Yeah, stop your Red Lobster trips. You're not taking Aunt Bertha to Red Lobster next month.
Forget those cheddar biscuits.
And yeah, and don't put any of that gosh forsaken honey on there because it came from that bisexual bee.
Okay, so basically, let me just talk a little bit more about what happens here. So, for a science lesson, real quick, because this is where we are now. Like, the sex chromosomes don't properly separate during the division of the fertilized egg. So, one cell ends up with too many of one chromosome, and the other too few. And so, and also if there's an error later in development, it kind of creates a mosaic look to the butterfly or organism where it's like parts are male, parts are female, but if it's divided at the beginning, half is male, half is female.
So like my shoulder is male and my nipple is female. Like it could be like that.
Sure.
I'm just trying to picture it.
Yeah, so this is not this specific like how do you say it? Gynandromorphy is not able to happen in humans, I'm pretty sure, because of the science of it all. But it is scientific. This is not like like the crab is not choosing to be half female, half male.
You mean it's not a choice?
Believe it or not, no.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Man, you guys. Earth-shattering news.
So, the cast of James and the Giant Peach, primarily insects, can very easily be half male, half female.
Yeah.
But really this is irrelevant, because who cares about the science of it all? Like, even if there were not dual-sex insects, when any actor plays a bug, like, the character itself is called Grasshopper. Like, you don't even know if that's male or female. Just because the movie portrayed it male, it could be either gender. I've never read the cast list. I don't know if it says specifically that one should be played by a male or a female, but there are certain roles in so many shows where gender is open to whatever the director chooses. It makes no difference, even if they're specifically noted to be like, well, this should be played by a male in his 30s.
Yeah.
The actor can take liberties with that.
I want to reach out to this theater and see if they'd be willing to do an interview with us. Because I'd really like to just sit down and talk to them about it.
Yeah.
Like the artistic director or whoever over there.
They're probably getting a lot of attention right now.
Yeah, and as they should. I hope that show's sold out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm actually going to look it up right now. We hope you sold out.
Also, okay, what about, like, the shows in schools where one of the kids has to play a rock?
Right.
Like, does the parent say, like, oh, that rock doesn't have a gender, and this role is going to turn my kid into a non-binary
rock.
Person. Non-binary rock.
My kid's going to come out of here as a non-binary rock.
What?
We can't have this. This is America.
Over my dead body.
Over my dead body is my son going to walk out of here as a non-binary rock. We're going to put little rock pits in our schools for our little rocks to sit in.
Oh, it's so devastating.
Fucking hell, man. I hate this country. I hate it. I love you guys. I hate this country. Okay, so James and the Giant Peach is going on April 19th to May 19th.
Oh, a whole month run.
Yeah. Are you sold out? I really hope so. I don't really know what I'm looking at.
Are the orange blocks the sold out dates and the green are available?
It would appear so. So yeah.
So most of them are sold out.
Sucks to be you, gay haters.
We don't like you.
Yeah. Yeah. Go pray to whatever god it is that you pray to, that your child doesn't become
a non-binary rock.
Non-binary rock. I mean, come on, dude. Come on.
I don't understand how you can even be involved in theater in any capacity if you believe this article.
But, yeah, and parents, it's none of your goddamn business. like, if an actor on a stage is playing a female and that hurts your feelings, your kid's probably not even paying attention to it.
They absolutely are not.
You know they're not. They don't think like you do. And that's a good thing, because you're
Raise a better child, man.
Yeah, you should not be parents if that's how you feel.
If they have to be carbon copies of you.
Whoever those parents are, I hope you get chlamydia and die.
You're also going to cut that.
No. That's going to stay in the show. Those parents will get chlamydia and die. Why are you shaking your head no at me?
Because we don't want people coming after us and killing us.
They're not going to. Their son's a rock. They have to deal with that. My son's a rock. I gotta take him to the doctor, but the doctor doesn't know how to take care of a rock. He didn't go to rock school.
Dr. Rocker.
Doctor school. Whatever that school is. They don't know how to take care of a rock with a... They only know how to take care of a non-binary rock.
Okay, do we... Are we done with this article yet?
Oh, God.
I don't think I have anything else to say.
I have so many more things to say. But they're not going to make it into the show. So, yeah, we hope to find less articles like this, but more articles that we can laugh about in the future.
Yeah, maybe some more positive things in the theater community.
Yeah.
We're sorry to start off on such a negative note, but we felt it was important. So.
It's really important. You know, if your kid wants to be a rock, you go ahead and let that kid be a rock.
Mm-hmm. Or a dual sex bug.
Yeah. If your Republican uncle says, I like that butterfly, it's really pretty, you can be like, yeah, well, guess what? It's a male and a female. And then your uncle's going to feel like a real Just saying. I'm so angry about this.
Me too.
Bees.
They're keeping our world alive.
Bees.
They're the reason for pollination. They're taking care of us.
They may or may not be two sexes.
Yeah. So what are you going to do when you starve?
Yeah. I can't support that non-binary honey.
Or any growing thing.
Right.
Any produce.
I can't breathe this non-binary breath. I'm too American for that. All right, that's going to wrap it up for episode 1 of Spotlight 814. Did you have fun, Brenna?
I had a blast.
I was so angry that I didn't even open my Red Bull.
We need to get you angry all the time.
Man. Okay, I got to chug this Red Bull. And
with fury.
With the fury of the gods. But
before we go, though, I'm going to quickly talk about what's coming up.
Yes. What's coming up, Brenna?
So, like we said, The Sound of Music is still playing at the Academy until May 7th. And we also mentioned the Rent auditions, which are May 21st. At MCT, Meadville Community Theater, Heathers is going to be opening on May 12th and running through the 21st. At Dramashop, tonight is the last night of the One Act Festival, so the next thing coming is Kingdom Come, which is June 9th through 25th. Oh, also, I should probably mention, Dramashop also does a book club.
Oh.
I'm going to quickly shout that out as well, because I'm not sure of their meeting days. The next day is May 20th, and they're reading Angel City. So basically, you can purchase scripts on the Dramashop website, or you don't even have to. You can just show up. But they're hosted by Warner Books, my favorite local bookstore. Love you, Warner Books. And it's often held at Warner Books, but other times it's held at Dramashop. So you can find out more about that on the website. Playhouse, May 12th through the 21st, is Finding Nemo Jr. with a sensory-friendly performance on Sunday, May 14th.
And the entire Crest family is in that as well.
All Enact Theater, also here in Erie, What is Susan's Secret, is May 5th through 21st. And at the Station Dinner Theater is Self-Help Farce. There's a show tomorrow, April 30th, and then on May 6th and May 7th.
Do you have the menu for that?
I do not.
I think I might. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
The show is starring Chad Santos, Adele Crowdy, Ruth Scandell, Peggy Brace, John Burton, and Chris Hinchman. Directed by Paul Urbanowitz. Assistant directed by John Burton. The menu is Caesar salad and bread, homemade chicken noodle soup. Sounds good. Homemade glazed meatloaf. The meatloaf! Italian sausage with peppers and onions, and roasted red potatoes with garlic butter. And the dessert is Chef's Delight.
Yum.
Yum.
I have no idea what Chef's Delight is.
It sounds delightful.
It's aptly named.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's everything happening in the Erie and Meadville area over the next couple months. Well, actually, technically month.
Yeah.
Next month.
Yeah, and we're going to go see some more shows. We got some high school shows going around. I think Joseph is happening at Prep right now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and also if you have a show that you want us to promote on this podcast, you can email us at where?
Spotlight814pod@gmail.com.
That's POD, like podcast.
Yeah.
At gmail.com.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's going to wrap it up for us then. Episode 1 in the books.
Look at us. We're so cool.
Look at us. We have a thing. It's a thing.
It is that.
It is a thing. All right. Thank you guys, and go support your local theaters.
Please.
And support us.
Yeah.
Listen, tell your friends. And
spread the word.
Check us out on idiotvillepodcast.com, and that's /spotlight814, and you can see all of our reviews on there. And we are on Facebook at Spotlight814 as well. So check us out.
Follow us. Keep listening.
And give us your love and affection. We love you, Erie.